Welcome to my channel. What if I told you that the biggest thing stopping you from speaking English fluently is not your grammar, not your vocabulary, not your accent, but the way you think before you speak? Think about that for a moment, because for most English learners, the real problem is not lack of knowledge, it is hesitation. It is that small pause before every sentence, that fear inside the mind, that habit of waiting too long before opening the mouth. And that single habit quietly steals confidence, speed, and natural speaking. Today, we are going to talk about a powerful idea that can completely change the way you speak English. And once you truly understand it, the way you practice English may never feel the same again. Most people say, I can understand English, but I cannot speak it. Maybe you feel that too. You know words, you know grammar, you listen to English videos, you understand conversations, but when it becomes your turn to speak, everything suddenly feels difficult. Your mind becomes crowded. You want to say something simple, but first you think in your own language. Then you translate it into English. Then you check whether the grammar is correct. Then you search for better vocabulary. Then you wonder if people will judge you. And while your mind is doing all of this, the moment disappears. The conversation moves on, and you stay silent. That silence feels small in the moment, but over time it becomes a habit, and that habit becomes fear. But here is the truth that can change everything. You do not have a speaking problem, you have a thinking problem. You are thinking too much before speaking. And because of that, your speaking becomes slow, nervous, and blocked. So today, I want to share one simple but powerful idea with you. Speak first, think later. Don't wait for the perfect sentence. Don't wait until everything feels ready. Don't wait until your grammar feels perfect. Just begin. Because fluency is not created by thinking more. Fluency is created by speaking more. The more you speak, the faster your mind learns to respond. The more you speak, the less your brain depends on translation. The more you speak, the more natural English becomes. Now listen carefully. This is where many learners get stuck. They believe fluent speakers think carefully before every sentence, but that is not true. Fluent speakers do not build perfect sentences in their minds before speaking. They think and speak at the same time. Their speaking is active, moving, natural. They are not waiting to be perfect. They are simply expressing themselves. And that is why they sound fluent. Think about how you speak in your own language. Do you prepare every sentence before saying it? Do you check grammar in your mind? Do you translate each word? Of course not. You simply speak. Your thoughts come naturally, and your mouth follows. That is exactly what needs to happen in English, too. But right now, your brain has developed a habit. It wants safety. It wants perfection. It wants to avoid mistakes. And because of that, it slows everything down. So the first step is not learning more words. It is breaking the habit of overthinking. Start speaking before your fear has time to stop you. Even if your sentence feels incomplete, even if your grammar is not correct, even if you feel unsure, say it anyway, because every sentence spoken is progress. Let's take a simple example. You want to say, I want to improve my English. But instead of speaking immediately, many learners stop and think, how should I say this? Is this grammar right? Is there a better word? But imagine instead you just say it, improve my English. I want to improve my English. Even if it begins imperfectly, you are speaking. You are moving. Your mouth is active, your brain is learning. And that movement matters more than perfection. At first, it may feel uncomfortable. Your words may come slowly. You may repeat yourself. You may stop in the middle. That is normal. That is not failure. That is training. Because your brain is learning a new way to speak. Right now, it may still want to translate everything. It may still want to check every sentence. But if you continue speaking without overthinking, slowly your brain begins to trust itself. It becomes faster. It stops checking every little thing. It starts speaking more naturally. And then something beautiful happens. Speaking begins to feel easier. Now, let's talk honestly about fear, because fear is a big reason people overthink. You are afraid of mistakes, afraid of saying the wrong word, afraid of bad grammar, afraid of being judged, afraid of sounding strange. And because of that fear, silence feels safer. But silence does not help you grow. Speaking helps you grow. Mistakes help you grow. Every fluent English speaker made mistakes. Thousands of them. Wrong grammar, wrong pronunciation, wrong words. But they kept going. That is why they improved. Mistakes are not proof that you are bad at English. They are proof that you are practicing English, and that is something to be proud of. So, from today, make one decision inside your mind. I will speak even if it is not perfect. This one decision can change your future. Start with something simple. Speak out loud for a few minutes every day. Talk about your morning. Talk about your plans. Talk about how you feel. Say, today I woke up early. I feel a little tired. I want to practice English. I will try my best today. Keep going without stopping. Don't correct yourself every second. Don't worry about grammar while speaking. Just continue. Let the words come. This practice teaches your brain speed. It teaches your mouth movement. It teaches your mind confidence. And slowly you will notice something changing. You will feel less afraid. You will speak faster. You will think less. Your voice will feel freer. Imagine two learners. One learner studies every day but stays silent because they want perfect English before speaking. The other learner speaks every day with mistakes but keeps going without fear. After 1 month, who improves more? The answer is clear. Because speaking improves speaking, not waiting, not worrying, not overthinking. So remember this line and carry it with you. Overthinking blocks your voice. Action unlocks your voice. Speak first. Start now. Don't wait. Don't prepare too much. Let your words come out naturally. Because fluency does not begin when your English becomes perfect. Fluency begins the moment you stop waiting and start speaking. Now, once you begin speaking without overthinking, the next step becomes very important, and this step changes everything because it removes pressure from your mind. You must learn to speak in small, simple sentences. This is where many English learners make a mistake without realizing it. They believe fluent English means long sentences, advanced vocabulary, difficult expressions, and perfect grammar. So when they try to speak, they try to build something big in their mind before opening their mouth. And because they are trying to build something too big, they get stuck before they even begin. Their speaking becomes slow. Their confidence drops. Their mind becomes heavy. But the truth is very different. Fluency is not about speaking big. Fluency is about speaking clearly, comfortably, and continuously. Real speaking does not begin with difficult English. It begins with simple English used naturally. Think about a child learning to speak. A child does not use complex vocabulary or long, perfect sentences. A child says simple things like, I am hungry, I want water, I am tired, I am happy. Very small sentences, very basic words, but the child speaks without fear, without hesitation, without worrying about mistakes. And because the child keeps speaking, language grows naturally. That same principle works for you too. If you want your English to become fast and natural, stop trying to sound impressive and start trying to sound clear. Small sentences are powerful because they reduce pressure inside your mind. Your brain does not feel forced to create something perfect. It only needs one idea at a time. And when your brain handles one small idea at a time, your speaking becomes faster. Imagine you want to say, today I am feeling very tired because I worked the whole day and I did many things. That is possible, but maybe your brain freezes while building it. Now make it simple. I am tired. I worked a lot today. I need rest. Same meaning, same message, but much easier, much faster, much more natural. Small sentences help your speaking move forward. And movement is what creates fluency. Many learners think simple English sounds weak, but simple English is not weak. Simple English is strong because it allows communication to continue. And communication matters more than complexity. When someone understands you clearly, your English is working. That is success. So remove the pressure of trying to speak big English. From today, speak small. If you feel stuck, make the sentence shorter. If your sentence feels difficult, break it into pieces. One idea, then another, then another. That is how natural speaking grows. Small sentences can connect together and become powerful. For example, I woke up early, I felt sleepy, I drank tea, then I started work. Later, I practiced English. I feel good now. These are all small sentences, but together, they tell a full story. They communicate clearly, they sound natural, and most importantly, they keep flow alive. This is the secret. You do not need one perfect, long sentence. You can say many simple sentences and still sound fluent. In fact, many fluent speakers speak this way in daily life. They keep their words simple because speaking is about connection, not performance. Now, let's bring this into your daily practice. Start describing your life using very small English sentences. In the morning, say what you are doing. I wake up, I wash my face, I drink water, I feel sleepy, I eat breakfast. During the day, say, I am working, I am busy, I need a break, I feel tired. In the evening, say, I am home now, I want rest, I feel relaxed, I will sleep soon. This kind of practice may feel basic, but it trains your mind to think quickly in English. And that speed becomes fluency. Your goal is not to create beautiful English immediately. Your goal is to create fast English that flows naturally. Beautiful English comes later. Flow comes first. Now connect this with confidence. When you try to speak long, complicated sentences, you often stop in the middle. You forget words. You panic. You become nervous. But when you use short, simple sentences, you feel control. You feel movement. You feel success. And every time you complete a sentence, your confidence becomes stronger. Then your next sentence comes easier. Then the next one. Then another. Slowly, English starts feeling possible, comfortable, natural. This is how confidence is built, not by waiting, but by speaking. Not by being perfect, but by continuing. So if you ever feel stuck in conversation, remember one rule. Make it smaller. Break the sentence. Use easy words. Keep talking. Don't force big English. Let simple English carry you forward. You do not need perfect vocabulary to communicate. You do not need advanced grammar to express a thought. You only need courage to begin and enough words to continue. Imagine two learners again. One learner waits, trying to build long, perfect sentences. They speak slowly and stop often. The second learner uses simple words and short sentences. They keep going without fear. Day after day, who becomes more fluent? The answer is clear. The learner who keeps speaking. Because fluency grows from repetition and flow, not complexity. So from today, give yourself permission to sound simple. Let your English be small. Let it be basic. Let it be imperfect. Because small sentences create speed. Speed creates flow. Flow creates confidence. And confidence creates fluency. Remember this line: big sentences create pressure, but small sentences create flow. And flow is where real speaking begins. When your sentences become simple, your brain becomes faster. When your brain becomes faster, your speaking becomes easier. And when speaking becomes easier, English starts feeling like part of you instead of something outside you. So, speak small, speak clearly, speak often, keep going. One sentence at a time, one thought at a time, one voice at a time. Because that is how fluency is built slowly, naturally, and through simple words spoken with confidence. Now, after you stop overthinking and begin speaking in small, simple sentences, there is another truth you must understand deeply if you want real fluency. Speaking English is not only a mental skill, it is also a physical skill. This is where many learners struggle without realizing why. They study grammar for hours. They memorize vocabulary. They watch English videos. They listen carefully. They read books and subtitles. And still, when it becomes time to speak, their words feel stuck. Their mouth feels slow. Their voice feels uncomfortable. Their pronunciation feels weak. And they wonder why speaking still feels difficult even though they understand so much. The reason is simple. They train their brain, but they never train their mouth. Your brain can know hundreds of words, But your mouth must learn how to say those words comfortably. Your lips must move naturally. Your tongue must get used to the sounds. Your voice must become familiar with English rhythm. Speaking is action. It lives in the body, not only in the mind. Think of it like learning to ride a bicycle. You cannot become good at cycling just by reading about bicycles or watching other people ride. At some point, you must sit on the bicycle and move. You may shake, you may feel awkward, you may fall, but through movement, your body learns balance. English speaking works the same way. You cannot become fluent by only thinking about speaking. You must physically speak again and again, out loud. Many learners speak only inside their heads. They think English silently but rarely use their voice. That feels safe, but it is not enough. Your mouth needs practice, just like your mind does. At first, your speaking muscles may feel slow. Your words may sound unclear. You may pause. You may repeat yourself. You may feel embarrassed hearing your own voice. But that is normal. That is the beginning of training. And every time you speak out loud, your mouth becomes stronger. Your pronunciation becomes clearer. Your speed improves. Your voice becomes more relaxed. Slowly, English begins to feel easier to produce. That is why daily speaking practice matters so much. Even 5 minutes can begin changing the way your mouth responds. And the best part is, you do not need a classroom, a teacher, or even a speaking partner to do this. You can train alone. You can start right now. Speak your thoughts out loud. Not inside your head out loud where your mouth can move and your ears can hear you. Say simple things like, I am sitting here. I am practicing English. I feel good today. I want to improve. Let your voice come out fully. It may feel unusual in the beginning, maybe even uncomfortable, but every skill feels uncomfortable before it becomes natural. The goal is not perfection. The goal is comfort. You are teaching your mouth to feel comfortable speaking English, and comfort creates fluency. Now, there is another powerful method you can use. Repeat after English you hear. Listen to one sentence, then say it again. Copy the sound, copy the rhythm, copy the speed, copy the emotion. It does not have to be a long sentence. Even short lines are powerful. How are you today? Repeat it. I'm doing well. Repeat it. I understand. Repeat it. That sounds good. Repeat it. This trains your mouth to move like English naturally moves. Over time, pronunciation becomes smoother without forcing it. And confidence rises because your mouth starts recognizing English patterns more quickly. Now let's talk about mistakes while speaking out loud. Maybe you mispronounce something. Maybe your grammar is wrong. Maybe the sentence feels broken. Keep going anyway. Don't stop every second to fix yourself. Don't let correction interrupt your flow. Speak first, improve later. Flow before perfection. Because if you stop after every mistake, your confidence breaks, your rhythm breaks, your speaking becomes heavy again. But when you continue despite mistakes, something powerful happens. Your fear begins to shrink. Your voice becomes freer. Your body starts supporting your mind. That is when real speaking develops. Think about two learners again. One learner studies grammar and vocabulary every day but barely speaks out loud. The second learner speaks every day, even with mistakes, even with simple words, even alone in a room. After 1 month, who sounds more natural when speaking? The answer is clear. The person who used their voice. Because speaking becomes stronger through speaking, not only through studying. Your voice needs practice. Your mouth needs movement. Your body needs repetition. And the more you give it that repetition, the easier speaking becomes. Now let's connect this to fear again. Sometimes nervousness does not come from not knowing English. It comes from your mouth not being used to producing English sounds. That physical discomfort creates hesitation. But once your mouth is trained, your body feels ready. Your voice responds faster. Your words feel lighter. Your confidence becomes stronger because your body now supports your thoughts instead of fighting them. That is why speaking out loud every day is so important. Even if nobody hears you, even if it is just for a few minutes, even if your English feels basic, use your voice. Let English become sound, not just thought. Let it live in your mouth. Let it move through your body. Let it become something active, because understanding English is not enough. Thinking English is not enough. You must say it. You must hear yourself. You must feel your own voice becoming stronger day by day. So from today, train your mouth just as much as your mind. Speak in front of a mirror. Speak while walking. Speak while sitting alone. Describe your day. Describe your plans. Describe what you see around you. Keep your voice active. Keep your mouth moving. Let English become part of your daily movement. And slowly you will notice the change. Words will come out faster. Pronunciation will feel easier. Your mouth will stop fighting the language. Your voice will sound more natural. And one day, you will begin speaking without that heavy effort you feel now. Remember this deeply. Knowing English is not the same as speaking English. Speaking requires action. Speaking requires movement. Speaking requires voice. So open your mouth and let the words come, because when your mouth becomes trained, your words become natural. And when your words become natural, your confidence rises. And when confidence rises, fluency begins to feel real, not far away, not impossible, but something already growing inside you every single time you choose to speak. Now, there is one final shift that can completely transform the way you speak English, and this shift brings everything together. You have already learned how to stop overthinking, how to speak in small, simple sentences, and how to train your mouth every day. But now you must learn how to keep going without stopping, how to trust your voice while speaking, and how to think directly in English instead of translating everything inside your mind. This is where fluency becomes natural, because many learners can start a sentence, but they cannot continue it. They begin with confidence, then suddenly stop, search for words, doubt themselves, and their flow breaks. And once the flow breaks, fear enters again. The silence returns, confidence drops. But remember, this clearly fluency is not about perfect grammar or advanced vocabulary. Fluency is about flow. It is about keeping your words moving. It is about continuing even when the sentence is not perfect. Real conversation does not wait for perfection. Real conversation moves, and you must learn to move with it. When you start speaking, do not stop every time you feel unsure. Keep going, even if you repeat a word. Even if your grammar is not exact, even if you need a few simple words to explain an idea, continue. Movement creates confidence. Stopping creates fear. The more you continue speaking, the more your brain supports you. Your next idea appears while you are speaking. Your next sentence forms while your voice is moving. But this only happens when you keep going forward. If you stop too early, your brain loses momentum. So train yourself to continue. Speak for 2 or 3 minutes without stopping. Choose any topic your morning, your work, your plans, your feelings. Just keep talking. Today I woke up early. I felt tired, but I got up. I drank water. Then I started my work. Later, I practiced English because I want to improve. I feel better when I practice every day. Keep moving, even if you repeat yourself, even if the ideas are simple. This exercise builds flow, and flow builds fluency. If you ever feel stuck in the middle, use linking words to continue words like and, then, also, because. So, these small words keep your sentence alive. They give your mind a bridge to the next idea. And suddenly, speaking feels easier. Now, let's go even deeper into the biggest habit blocking fluency: translation. This is the habit most learners carry every day without noticing it. They think in their own language first, then translate into English, then speak. And this process feels slow and exhausting because translation creates delay. But natural fluency does not happen through translation. It happens through direct thinking. You must begin thinking in English while you speak. Not before speaking, not after speaking, during speaking. At the same time, this may sound difficult, but it starts very simply. You do not need advanced vocabulary. You only need simple thoughts in English. For example, you look outside and think, nice weather. You feel hungry and think, I want food. You feel tired and think, I need rest. You see something confusing and think, I don't understand. Small thoughts, direct thoughts, English thoughts. This is where transformation begins. At first, your brain may want to return to your native language. That is normal. It has been doing that for many years. But every time you notice it, gently bring it back to English. Again and again. Slowly, your brain learns a new habit. It stops depending on translation. It starts creating thoughts directly in English. And when your thoughts become English, your speaking becomes faster automatically. You no longer wait. You no longer build a sentence somewhere else before speaking it. You begin speaking, and your ideas arrive naturally as you continue. This is how real fluency feels light, fast, natural, flowing. You do not need big words. You do not need perfect grammar. You only need movement and trust. Trust your mind. Trust your voice. Trust the process. And remember this deeply. Mistakes are not the enemy. Silence is the enemy. Waiting too long is the enemy. Fear is the enemy. But action defeats all of them. Every time you speak, you become stronger. Every time you respond quickly, you become faster. Every time you continue despite mistakes, your confidence grows. And confidence does not come before speaking. Confidence comes because of speaking. Many people wait to feel ready, but readiness is built through action. You become ready by doing. You become fluent by speaking. Imagine two learners one final time. One learner watches videos, studies grammar, memorizes vocabulary, and waits for the perfect time to speak. The other learner speaks every day. Simple English, small sentences, mistakes included, fast responses, continuous flow, direct thinking. Which learner becomes fluent? The answer is clear. The learner who speaks. Because speaking improves by speaking, not by waiting, not by worrying, not by chasing perfection. So, before you leave, pause for one honest moment and ask yourself a simple question. Will I stay the same or will I begin? Because many people watch something inspiring and then continue living exactly the same way. But this is your chance to do something different. You are not here just to watch. You are here to grow. You are here to rebuild your confidence, your thinking, and your voice. You have learned a real system today, not a trick, not a shortcut, but a practical path towards speaking English naturally. Now, your next step is simple. Start today. Speak even if it feels uncomfortable. Speak even if your words are basic. Speak even if your voice shakes. Speak even if you make mistakes. Keep going because inside that discomfort is your growth. Inside repetition is your progress. Inside your voice is your future fluency. And if this message helped you even a little, don't keep it only to yourself. There are many people just like you, silent, nervous, confused, afraid to speak even though they want to. Share this with them. Help them begin. And if you are serious about changing your English, stay connected here. This is not just a place to watch videos. This is a place to build confidence, a place to change the way you think, a place to free your voice. So keep practicing, keep speaking, keep trusting yourself. Because fluency is not something far away waiting for perfect people. Fluency is something you build one sentence at a time. And the moment you stop waiting and start speaking, that journey truly begins. I'll see you in the next video.